Hey everybody, welcome to MT Guitar. And it's been a few days since I've created this channel, and I wanted to make a video about, why I created this channel and what my goals were. But I didn't want to do it right away just because I wanted to, let my thoughts sort of materialize a little bit about my goals and, and what I'm going for here, because I'm pretty excited about it, and so I did definitely want to share that with you. So, I've been making a video or two a day for the last 3 or 4 days on how to play certain songs. And my goal is to create at least a video a day. So if you subscribe, you can look forward to that. Please do subscribe. The other thing I would like to do is, find out what interests you. And one of my sayings with teaching is, follow what interests you, study what interests you. And I'm a strong believer in that. And I'm actually a college professor at Front Range Community College here in Colorado. And, that's something I tell my students. Those students are in a class with 20 or less people. So, I've been wanting to do stuff with YouTube for a while. But I was busy getting my doctorate and stuff at USC. So a little bit of history about me is that now I'm finally, I'm kind of more settled in teaching and not being a student as far as a college, grad student. So now I feel freed up to do this online. And I'm going to, teach things that I hope is interesting to you. So please let me know what those things are, meaning what songs you would like to learn, what styles you'd like to learn, and techniques. And, I'll tell you a little bit about what I plan on delivering and posting on a daily basis. Is songs, probably first and foremost, how to play songs. No theoretical background is necessarily needed. So that'll be, like I just posted, a Pink Floyd song, a Beatles song, a James Taylor song, breaking down the licks, the intros, the solos, the chord progressions, and talking about what fingering I'm using, and that'll continue. But I have a very wide level of interest, with many styles. So I'd like to post other things like flamenco, classical, jazz, which are not super popular, but I love them anyway. Brazilian, and then country, pop, old standards, current hits, whatever. Because I really do, I know it's a cliche, but I love all music. Duke Ellington said there's good music and bad music. Maybe that was Louis Armstrong. So please comment and let me know what interests you. Okay, and so I'm going to cover songs in all styles. I'm also would like to cover other things like theory, fretboard theory, cage system, scales, chords, chord melody, arranging on the guitar, right? Arranging a song on the guitar in your own way, which I've spent a lot of time doing and love. Songwriting. And I teach a class in songwriting at Front Range, and would love to do that stuff online, because there's some exciting stuff to cover on songwriting, chord progressions, harmony, So I have a lot to cover, and I feel very excited about getting going on this path. And I'm learning a lot about YouTube, and I would love to get an audience early to really figure out the right direction to go with my audience, as opposed to just sort of creating content hoping that people like it. I'd like to know, I really want to do this. I like the Pink Floyd stuff. I like the Beatles. So that all works for me. And you'll get to know me as the channel goes on, hopefully, with the things I like. I'll also be doing technical exercises, techniques, picking patterns, chord progressions, chord strumming, and then composing as well, which is another important thing you can do. speaking of technical things, I play both with a pick and with my fingers, and I actually love playing with my fingers. Although my first videos have all been with a pick, that is partially because I'm playing with a steel string, and I was playing songs that what am I saying? Every song except today's song was with a pick. Today's song was James Taylor, so that would be blasphemy. So that was James Taylor's song was with my fingers. But the other songs, the Beatles song and the Pink Floyd song, were with a pick, mostly because they were played with picks on the recording. Now, if I was playing those songs in a restaurant or even in some solo setting with just a guitar, I would almost certainly play with my fingers and just turn up a little bit. And that's because finger style is very powerful when you're solo. So my point is that when I'm teaching, I often do what the record does, because it's the studio musician in me, where I'm thinking about perfection of the part and learning that, totally accurately. So you can expect accuracy, you can demand accuracy, and if I do make flubs, you're free to point that out. But my point is that when the song is using a pick, I will usually use a pick. But I love playing with my fingers, so I can cover exercises and techniques of fingerstyle. Depending on if people want that, I can go deep into that. And it's a lot of fun for me. I study flamenco a tremendous amount with Adam Del Monte, who's an outstanding flamenco professor at USC and classical as well. So I studied with him for years, and I went to Spain before that on 2 occasions and got my mind blown and completely changed my idea of what is possible on the guitar and it changed my goals for how I wanted to sound on the guitar, even the Western acoustic and electric guitars, because flamenco is played on a nylon string, which I didn't have experience with. So my point is that flamenco just completely opened up a lot of interest for me in other things. And, it's important for you to know that I can go there if you would like. If you want flamenco, I'll do some. Of course, I'll do some probably anyway just to throw it out, but I can focus on certain things. So, obviously I want to get as many subscribers as I can. And so I would appreciate if you could subscribe and let me know what you want to do. And, normally I won't be talking so much, so I'm going to be playing whatever is interesting to people, and I'll sort of throw some things out and see what works, and do about a video a day, maybe 2 or 3, just because of what's going on in the world right now. So I think the next few videos are going to be "Wish You Were Here," chord progression, and then the solo, and I might either combine that into one video or do that in 2 separate. And then I'm going to do like Everyone She Knows, which is the James Taylor song I covered today. I covered the intro today, which took 20 minutes, but the song actually should take less time, funny enough. And I'm going to continue to cover stuff like that. But I'll be honest, the last thing I'll say here about this, as I was thinking about what songs to do, I started with my first song I ever played, which was "Wish You Were Here," first song I ever learned. And then I started thinking about other songs that I learned in those first 2 or 3, crucial years of learning guitar. And I thought, that's funny that I just assumed that I should start with that, with the stuff that I learned. And I think the reason is because, those songs I remember not knowing how to play very well, and I didn't know theory. I really fell in love with theory, but it took a year or 2 for that to happen. So I want to teach some of the songs that I learned at first, because I want to remember, where I was in a place like you might be now, where you're learning. So that's kind of why. But I'm going on here. I'm trying to get used to the YouTube commentary. So more playing and less talking is in order for the next videos. And hope everyone's doing well. Please subscribe and stay connected with me, and keep playing guitar. All right, take care, everybody.